back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. It is one of your hosts, ToNaGeScorp here. I'm here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
Uh,
Deception, say hi.
Hi.
So, um, thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. This week we got a lot of Call of Duty things to talk about. It's pretty exciting. If you guys didn't know, the podcast is now available on wherever you consume your podcast. So if you keep missing it live or don't really feel like listening to it on YouTube, you can tune on the Spotify or the Apple Podcast or the Google Podcast or wherever else and give us a good old listen.
Wow.
Yeah. You like it? Like my new intro that I got going here? Give us a listen. Gotta give it a little bit of sugar and a little bit of spice. Makes
That's Granny
everything
Tonage
nice.
vibes.
It is Granny Tonage vibes. Because Tonage has been living with her actual granny and grampy and just kind of rubbing off a little bit.
Okay.
All right, man. What do we got to talk about today? You want to start with CDL? You want to start with Call of Duty? What do you want to?
We can start with CDL. I mean, I really like the biggest thing that we should talk about is the point standings going into the major,
Okay.
because there
Yeah.
there are a fair few surprises.
Okay. Let me just pull it up. Is there like Call of Duty League? Let's pull this up. Hold on. Probably should have done this
It's on their
prior.
Twitter. It's like a few tweets down, but
Okay,
you
it's on
can
their
find
Twitter.
it.
Okay, cool. So if you guys didn't know, we're going into a major here next weekend? Question mark.
Yep.
So next
Next
weekend
weekend.
will be the first
I don't know
major.
why we got a week off before the major, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So we get the first major of the 2022 season.
It's the optic major.
Optic Texas. Who's gonna take it out? So we do have a point standing. So we'll go through the point standing and we'll go through the bracket. Hold on. Okay. So not a surprise. FaZe is in first with 50 CDL points.
Yeah,
Not
they finished
surprising.
5-0.
And then also, they're not surprised. Paris is in
First
last.
series against Paris was a little bit of a scare, but I mean, after that, it was just a breeze for them.
Yeah. So we got FaZe at first, right? And then second, like we got a tie for second, which is kind of interesting. Royal Ravens and Los Angeles Thieves. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, London has been frying.
I was not expecting London to pop off like that. But
London actually has some of, if not the best slang numbers in the league right now.
why? Um, so that's cool. I honestly like they haven't been like good since like beginning of like the 2020 season.
Yeah, the last time they showed up as much as they did this weekend was at Modern Warfare Champs when they finished top 4.
Yeah, so it's that's interesting for me to see, but I like it. I like the change. I mean, FaZe is still first, so there's not really much change. But
Yeah.
it's we like to see a little bit of change here and there. And there's a lot of ties, which is just
Well, I mean, it's
they've only played
expected in the
5 games,
season when
so
there's
it
5 games.
it's understandable why there's only So, and then we have another tie for fourth between Optic Texas and Seattle Surge.
Yeah, Optic bounced back. I said after
Uh,
that first weekend that they need to win the next 3, and they won pretty convincingly. I mean, albeit with a little bit of GA drama with Shotzi against Toronto, but they pulled it
Rama.
off. Yeah, that happened last weekend. They played Toronto, and apparently Shotzi's like all of his classes got reset, and these pros, they're so locked in, they don't remember what attachments they use. He accidentally put F8 stabilizer on the MP40 for 2 maps, and he was kind of cooking them.
Oh shit.
But then Rambo alerted him about it, and he took it off. And two of Toronto's players put it on for map 3, and it still didn't matter. They still beat him.
Damn. Well then. But that's, at least they made a little bit of comeback. I was a little worried about them at first, They weren't really doing that well at the beginning. So now that they're doing a little bit better,
Yeah,
it
and
makes me
the
happy.
crazy thing is with their map count, especially after losing 2 game 5s, they have the same map count as London, and they have a better map count than Thieves. They just didn't get them on the series count.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, they're 13-7, which is good. So they're right up there in the top four, I think, personally. So that's good. As long as they kind of stay up in that area, I'm happy. Optic Texas. That's my squad.
Texas Optics.
Texas Optic. Why does it say Texas Optic? Isn't it Optic
I don't
Texas?
know, but one of the funny things is when ranked play dropped, which we'll talk about that, but when ranked play dropped, all the CDL skins dropped, and you can see them. They're just not purchasable.
Pretty
And
good.
the the Optic Texas CDL camo says Texas Optics with an S on it.
Bruh. Bruh. They had to do him dirty like that? Mm-mm-mm.
uh,
They did him dirty. They said, mm-mm. No, 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 no.
they are looking into fixing it though.
That's good.
I still think it's broken though.
It is. Anyway, next off, we
I
have a
will
nice
say
big tie.
the Surge, man, like they started off hot, but I mean 3-2, they did not have a good last weekend. They did not.
It was one of
Everybody
those
was
like
looking at them to
burnout
be
type
like a
things.
top 2 team, top 3 team, and they kinda slowed it down real bad. Hopefully, they can come back for the major because I'd love to see them be a menace like they were at the kickoff.
See, that's just. I mean, I've said it and I'm saying it again. The Seattle Surge finally doing well. It's good to see because usually, you see the Seattle Surge all the way down. In like 11th. Like 10th, 11th place. Not 12th though, because that's reserved for Paris Fusion. They've
Yeah,
got
you're
to.
never gonna see Paris get above 12.
No. But usually you're used to seeing them down there, and this year they're top 8, so it's they're right in the top 8
Yeah,
of the
last year
league.
at the bottom it was LAG, London, and Surge. And now LAG is safely in winner's bracket. Well, not safely, barely in winner's bracket. London are definitely safely in winner's bracket, and Surge are safely in winner's bracket. So,
So it's good to see. It's interesting, and it mixes it up a little bit. It mixes it
yep.
up a little bit, and I
We
like
do
to
have a
see that.
five-way tie for 6th place,
Yeah.
which also influenced the seeding for who gets in winners or losers.
Yep.
Um, it actually it actually came down to in that last match of Optic Texas versus Breach. Um, if Breach would have gotten 3-0'd, the Mutineers would have actually made it into winners and not Breach, but they edged Optic Texas out in the Gavutu Hardpoint game 1 and secured their spot in winners, but then Optic came back and clapped them 3 times.
This time getting clapped 3 times. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but I clapped 3 times. But yeah, and then we've got, and then for tied for 6, we got Toronto Ultra, Los Angeles Gorillas, Austin Breach, Florida Mutineers, Minnesota Rocker. It's and then what I think the saddest thing is that at 11th we have the New York Subliners. I want to
Hey,
talk
they
about this real
finally
quick.
got a win with royalty on the team, but
It's still they're at the bottom, dude. They're in 11th place. They
yeah,
are
6 and
6
14 map
14.
count.
Like that's sad. That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah,
With the
they're not having a good time right
yeah,
now.
like with the team that they have with Clayster and Crim. I mean Clay and Crim, they not only individually have won multiple Call of Duty titles, but they've won a Call of Duty title together. You know what I'm saying? You would think that would be like, some like, magic and, mixing and
Yeah, and you
interlacing
have
and
Clay's incredible chemistry with Hydra, so it's like it's like what went wrong?
yeah, it's just come on, guys, pick it up. I really hope that they, either show up at this major or like take, hopefully they take this week off to really reflect and, refine their gameplay and show up at the major or at least, show up in the next um group of um group play, So,
Yeah, I mean next week when it's major time, we can get more into it, but they also have the bracket for the major. It's
do you
pretty
want to
interesting.
it is, it's a bracket. Um kind of touch on it just a little bit.
I mean the
Um,
big thing is we have both, well, not technically both, well, technically both, but not really both European teams because I mean Ultra is all European, but we have both actually good European teams in the winners bracket fighting on the same end of the bracket and both LA teams fighting on the same end of the bracket.
mhm. They're
We have
actually
Optic versus Surge in round 1. That's going to be interesting.
I'm gonna guess FaZe is gonna come out of that Boston breach. If they don't, it'll be pretty
Yeah, I
surprising.
have a feeling that FaZe is probably they're at least going to make it to round 2.
Yeah. They might make it to winners finals too. I'm not counting out on that. Hopefully, someone can make a good, losers bracket
Hopefully
run
Optic
and
shows up the way they showed up last weekend cuz if they do, I think they could be a little bit of a thorn in FaZe's side, but we'll see.
that'd be nice to see. We need a thorn. We need someone. We need a team to be like, yo, FaZe, done. You know what I mean? You're done. You're over. Your reign of terror.
Well, that's
Because
what
the tiny
Surge
tears.
did
Ha
in
ha
at the
ha.
kickoff, so who knows?
See what I did there? The
Maybe
reign of
Surge
the
beat
terror, tiny terrors. Ha 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 ha. Ha. I'm hilarious.
the reign of the 3 feet tall demons.
Yeah. Dude, they're like shorter than I am, I think.
I think Simp is like 5'2".
Yeah, I'm 5'3".
Yeah, I think Simp is like
Yeah.
5. I remember the funniest thing that I've ever seen from the Tiny Terrors is like, remember in like Cold War Champs Grand Finals when like uh they had, I don't know if it was like some sort of issue or whatever, but like it was like they had some sort of issue going into the next game, and Simp just took the time to just yell at Ultra for like 30 seconds. And you could just he got like out of his chair and like you couldn't even see him over the monitors. Like it was so funny. But yeah, like this bracket should be pretty good. Um I definitely think that uh it's gonna be super interesting. Uh Even when it comes down to who goes into losers because there could be a lot of interesting things happen. Especially with like I think one of the big matches in maybe the biggest match of the entire first round of winners bracket is Thieves versus Ultra
Hmm.
because they're kind of like leading opposite trends right now because Ultra looks super good obviously at the kickoff, but now they're kind of like slowing down because not only did they lose to Optic, they lost their next match, which is why they got put down so far. And like Thieves have been looking really good. Like been doing nothing but winning really, so outside of the phase series. So that one can come out somehow somewhere different, especially considering last weekend they played against each other and Thieves kind of smoked them. So we'll see.
I don't know. I'm excited. We'll talk more about it next week a little bit. I don't want to,
Yeah, we can make predictions and stuff
we'll
next
do
week.
predictions. Yeah, like we did with the kickoff.
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh yeah. So if you guys, want to, tune in next week, we'll be here same time, same place. You guys want to,
As always.
as always, you guys want to come see our predictions or, it'll be uploaded on YouTube or, wherever you get your podcasts. uh,
Gotta get the plug in.
oh yeah. Always got to get the plug.
But yeah,
Alrighty.
like it's like the CDL stuff is really fun. And you know,
It's a nice
speaking of
little
CDL stuff being really fun,
Ranked
Ranked
play
play
is not?
dropped on Friday.
Oh, is it fun?
Ranked play, uh, there was some sort of game-breaking bug that kind of like delayed it, but apparently they got it fixed pretty quick because at like 10 o'clock on Thursday night it went live, and I started playing it on Friday, and I played it. Outside of being sick over the weekend, I played it like every day. Um, the only like I will say there's definite pros and cons to the system. But I would say that in terms of the game, like the way the gameplay and like matchmaking and stuff, it's like matchmaking is a little bit iffy.
Mhm.
When you're mixing people of pretty varying SR numbers, but like when I look at it from like a solo rank system, or if you're playing with people who have similar SR, it's really good. Like they do match you with people of similar skill and make the games pretty close for the most part. Um,
It's good.
there are some SR restrictions, like you can't take like a contender player and put them with a challenger player or something like that. Like there are matchmaking restrictions. So if you're in a case like me where I kind of like I hadn't really played like a lot of competitive in this game, and I kind of got worked in my placement matches. Um, and then I was playing with like Cash and people who scrim all the time, and they were doing well. Like we got placed like really far apart in SR, and we actually can't queue up with each other. Like we literally can't play with each other because of the restrictions. And that's not the greatest thing in the world, but we have found ways to like there is like a little glitch you can do where you can join people while they're queuing and it still works. Uh, but when I play games like in solo, it's really fun. I mean, I guess part of that is because I'm in like specialist right now, so I'm kind of playing like really bad players.
So I should play.
Yeah, you honestly, Tone, if you want to have a good time in ranked play, just tank your placement matches. So you go down to like contender or specialist, and you'll just dominate everybody in those lobbies.
So
Like it's easy.
is it like a good ranking system?
I mean, I can't really tell you that much because I'm in specialists and I'm playing against burgers. So, I mean, the only way I lose is if my teammates are just the worst players in existence, uh, or if they back out. But like from pros and stuff who have been placed in like elite, master, challenger, like the top ranks, like they've said it's really good and it's really fun because like it seems like people are actually getting placed for the most part where they should be getting placed. And when you're in like master and challenger, you're playing against like the other pros. Like these pros that place in master and challenger are frequently queuing against other pros.
Oh, okay. Makes a sense.
And I've heard a lot of good things from like the pro side of it, which is good because the more pros that are wanting to play it and grind it and having fun with it, the more casual people are going to come in and play it. And I'm definitely having fun, regardless of the fact that sometimes I can't play with my friends and we got to do some weird stuff to make it happen. But like we did it last night and it worked and we had a great time. Like sometimes there's some anomalies with the matchmaking. Like I don't know how this happened, but one time I was playing with Wyatt and his friend Hunter, and I was playing with Cash. And like Wyatt, I think is like elite or expert or something. I think Hunter is expert and Cash is elite, and I was specialist. So it's like it is a pretty far SR margin between some of us.
Hmm.
And we managed to get into a game with four people who were either contender rank, which is the very bottom, or they hadn't placed yet, and they were awful. I don't know how we got into a game against those guys, but I kind of feel bad for them because like we had been grinding it and like those guys didn't even know what was going on. Like some of them had like STGs and MP4s with no attachments and stuff. It
Oof.
was it was it was kind of awful. I mean, we kind of put them in the ground, but so there's some anomalies like that, but I think for the most part this ranking system is definitely good. And they do want to use this from now on. Like we're not going to be changing ranking systems anymore. So hopefully they can refine it, and that's part of the reason why it's in beta right now is probably so they can refine it and make sure that they get changes out really fast, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. Uh, I want to see what their first slate of changes are going to be. I know they're looking at stuff like some people are losing SR even if they win games. Um, I
That's
know
weird.
that I know some you need to definitely like crack down on people leaving because especially down in like the divisions that I'm playing in, like kids just get smoked one time or they can't preserve their great KD and they leave. And and then we lose. Um and they, you know, they need to increase leaving penalties or make suspensions where like if you leave you get suspended for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Um
Not even just that, not even 5 or 10 minutes. It should be like 30, you know? Because I feel like
there's just a little like it's the same thing that Rambo said earlier today. Like I was in his stream and he was doing a little Q&A and I was like listening to some of the stuff and like somebody in there said, "Why is league play so trash?" And he was like, "It's not trash. Like it's actually really good. It's just they need to fix some of the bugs and we'll be good." And that's kind of the state that I see it in right now. Like it's definitely good. It has a ton of potential. They just need to fix some little things and maybe take some of the restrictions away a little bit, but we'll be good.
well, that's why it's in beta, you know? It
Yeah,
gives
that's
it
why
that room
I'm
to.
sure that's why they launched it in betas because they knew that this was a system that they needed to watch closely, and with it being in beta, they can make changes a lot faster.
Yep.
But it's definitely fun. I'm having fun on ranked play for sure. I'm like because my only experience in Vanguard competitively was playing GBs, and that was search. I mean, I played a few sessions of eights with Wyatt, but that was when I didn't know maps and stuff, and I was terrible. But, like, now that I've been playing a little bit, I've been, like, getting the hang of the game and learning call outs, learning hardpoint rotations and stuff. I've been kind of frying and having a good time.
Let's go. I haven't given it a shot yet. I haven't really played a lot of Call of Duty, but I played a couple games over the weekend. It's just, I over the weekend, I really all I do is just work and then sleep. And
It's kinda
then
crazy because 'cause I've almost, like, since Rank Play came out, I've almost stopped playing Warzone.
damn, okay. And
Like,
you were heavy
I
into
really
Warzone.
I really haven't played a ton of Warzone. And it's not even that I don't want to, it's just that ranked play's fun, man. Makes me wanna grind, like, knowing that I don't have to chase a random gem every 3 days, and that this SR is gonna stay with me until season 3, like, so now it's like I actually have something to work toward rather than, "Oh, I could just place in this division, not play for 3 days, and then place in a different division." It makes me actually wanna play the game all the time.
I like that though. I don't like the whole like changing divisions every couple days because
Well,
it's
and the thing
not
is,
for like the
like,
casual more casual players. It's not
it
really
got
great.
misconstrued with a lot of people, and I could see why, but there is a ladder system like in, um there's a ladder system like in Cold War, but the only way that it only serves as, like, a way to increase your actual rank, rather than increasing. There are SR bonuses, but your SR isn't dependent on where you place, in the ladder. Like, you could literally just never worry about the ladder, and it wouldn't be a problem. It only helps you rank up and get calling cards and stuff. So, your SR is completely dependent on you, like, playing the game and trying to win rather than, like, you being somewhere in a ladder.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I don't know. I feel like ranked play was one of those things that we really did have to wait and see, and we've waited, and now we're seeing that it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it goes to show that Call of Duty's finally making some changes. Hopefully, it's not too late. Hopefully, it's not
Oh, they're
like
finally making some changes, alright.
so.
I mean, they made a pretty big change, that's at least being reported. I mean, we can't say it's confirmed
Well, we
'cause
can kind of
Activision
like
hasn't said anything, but it's been
but.
reported by Bloomberg, and Bloomberg has been correct in 90% of their reports.
And
But
what is he correct on? Deception, if you could tell the viewers.
uh, Bloomberg reported yesterday that there's going to be no Call of Duty game in 2023. Uh, and
And
that
why is
Modern
that?
Warfare 2 is going to be the mainline Call of Duty game for 2 years.
Ooh, ooh. Look at that, guys. We are getting a 2-year cycle.
It's going to be the
Incredible every
first
year.
time in like 20 years that we haven't had a COD
Yeah.
for like
Well,
every year.
I think it's a good thing though. It'll give them time to like refine the game as it plays
It is
through,
a
you know?
really good thing. I
It'll
mean,
be
because now
interesting to
Treyarch
see.
effectively have like 3 years to make a game.
Yeah. Should be good. Hopefully to make the games better and it'll maybe they'll add like more content to it and
I mean,
better
if you look on the
content.
bright side of it, uh, if you're somebody who's like, oh, we're not gonna have a Treyarch game until 2024, they did say that there's something that's free to play that's coming, but they haven't told us. Bloomberg didn't say what it is, and I don't think Activision's gonna say for a while. But Bloomberg did say, because Tom Henderson, when the MW2 stuff came out, said that there was a free to play Warzone mobile game coming at some point, and Warzone 2 is also coming, which is confirmed, and it's free to play, but the free to play thing that Bloomberg mentioned that was coming in 2023 is neither of those. It's something completely different, and nobody knows what it is. We have guesses, but we don't know what it is.
Well, we'll just have to. I mean, they'll probably like leak some more stuff here in the coming weeks, months.
Well, I'm sure if it hits Amazon, or if it hits like a PlayStation Store or something, that it'll definitely show up. But it'll get leaked for sure. But I would guess that we probably won't hear leaks until maybe like when around the time MW2 gets revealed or later, because I'm sure that they probably won't be putting anything anywhere about something in 2023 until maybe later this year. So we'll see. But
Yeah, I'm
I
excited
mean,
though. I've been kind of.
when you look at MW2 stuff, anyways, I mean, uh, Nanakos, who also leaks a bunch of stuff, said that we could be seeing a Modern Warfare 2 alpha in June. So we might not be too far away from being able to play the game.
Ooh, in June.
Yeah, he said that right now that the leaks and the rumors suggest that the game is going to get revealed in May. There's going to be an alpha in June. There's going to be a beta in July or August, and he thinks the game is going to come out in October. Because apparently the game is like really far along. Like apparently it's been in playable alpha for a little bit now.
Oh,
And
damn.
like around this time last year, Vanguard was in shambles. Like I don't even think they had like mini maps created yet.
Oop. Well, that's partially because we were in the middle of a pandemic. We're kind of still in the middle
Well,
of
yeah,
one,
and
but
Vanguard was just in shambles anyways. I mean, I don't think they really knew what they were gonna do. Because Sledgehammer was still trying to come off of like them and Raven trying to make a Cold War game and it failing, so they handed that to Treyarch. So I think they were just kind of picking up the pieces.
he said, "We don't know what we're doing. Help us."
I mean, and that does help too. Like Modern Warfare 2 is going to be the first COD uh since the first Modern Warfare that has had no like real effect of pandemic game development, so
It'll be
no
good. I
wonder
mean,
it's super far along.
we need that though. I think that's exactly what people need is something.
I mean, it's definitely like they definitely must be confident in the game if they're making this switch to the game coming out, and there not being another one for 2 years. So there's definitely something there that I think they're confident in, which is good. Um, I know a lot of people will say like, "Oh, they're just doing this because Vanguard like flopped in sales," and that's exactly true. Like I think the entire reason why they're doing it, business wise, is because Vanguard flopped in sales, and they don't want to risk making another bad game.
Yeah, because that would really hurt them, and that would.
I think they know that this Modern Warfare 2 product is something that most people will be attracted to anyways because it's Modern Warfare, but I think they're confident in what the game actually has in it and how the game actually plays and stuff right now. And I think they know that they need to give Treyarch more time and stop screwing them over like they have for the past couple games. So we'll see.
Yes, we will. Also, hi, Tamaga. How you doing? Says hi, hosts and podcasts. Podcast. Ha 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 ha. So, is there anything else really to just delve into, or are we just gonna rant about something?
I mean, we can rant about stuff.
Is there any like?
But I mean, if you want to talk about something, well, this isn't like the biggest thing in the world to happen, but Formal is back on in competitive for good again.
Ooh,
He has joined Optic Halo.
he joined Optic Halo. I missed that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Formal. Sadly, they dropped Pistola, but Formal has joined Optic Halo.
Hey, let's go. Also, I don't think we mentioned this last week on the podcast. Speaking of Optic, Process, they finally released one,
Yeah,
and I'm glad. It took them fucking forever. Pardon my language. But it
yeah.
took them forever,
I
and they
think they're
finally did.
supposed to drop another one soon.
Just what's
I
up?
don't know exactly when,
A.
but like, kind of hope they drop it like this week.
Oh yeah, me too.
I don't know. I think they might drop it before the major. I think they're I think with the process they're trying to go more they're trying to do less of like the vision stuff where it was kind of just like a 10-minute update show sometimes. And I think they're trying to do more of like let's just grab all the stuff we can grab and put it in like a 20 or 30-minute video. Cuz like they kind of provided like a sneak peek at the next process, but I have a feeling the next process might not drop until like next week before the major. But we'll see. But I don't know. I mean, now I guess we could rant about stuff.
I don't know. What do you want to rant about?
I have a lot of things I could rant about, but not on stream.
Damn, deception, bro. No, I je ne sais pas, monsieur. That's probably horrible French, and I'm probably gonna get creamed for that. But um, what do you want to talk about? Let's see. Anybody have anything? Anybody in chat have anything that we can talk about? Like either content. Anyone have any questions we can delve into? A good time for questions while we think about stuff to say. You wanna know one thing though is so they're starting to announce top 100 for phase one. Talk about that a little.
Yeah, they did.
So
I
they're
love
starting.
how like last week you're like, man, like last time it took like a month and a half for them to announce the stuff for Phase 5, so I wouldn't expect it to be until like late March, early April, and then like literally like an hour after the podcast ended, they're
They're
like,
like,
we're
I
announcing
think
the
that
first
first
10
top
people tomorrow.
time. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, jeez.
See, I am the master at calling things, and you just jinx everything.
I really do. Everything that so this is how it works. Everything deception says, everything deception says comes true, and everything I say, I jinx it and it doesn't come true. It's like the opposite. But I like the fact that they're coming out with it early, and I hope, and I watched the video where they took,
I'm just waiting for them to announce Tone in the top 100.
bro,
That's what
bro,
I
I
need
haven't
more.
streamed in like, other than the podcast, in like almost a month. I mean, I have reasons behind why I haven't been streaming, mainly because
Hey, at
I
least
work.
you're keeping up with the consistency of the podcast.
I'm trying, man. It's hard. Like, I almost texted you saying, bro, I can't do it today. But then I was like, you know what? I need to. It's one of those things, bro. Like, listen, like, I worked all weekend. I worked 6 days in a row. I am thoroughly exhausted. I have no energy to do anything.
That was
Yet,
me on Saturday.
yet, this is my day off. And then I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
I think I might, like, throw up my shift for tomorrow. Like, it's a serving shift, so I might just put it up and see if anyone takes it. I work. But yeah, and I have to clean my room because I got some of my stuff from my parents' house. So I need to finish putting that away. Um, and I haven't. My room's an absolute pigsty. And that's what I'm doing after the podcast is cleaning. Putting on my tunes and I'm cleaning. And then once I get my room situated though, I think I'm gonna come back. That's the plan. It's still pretty new.
You got to adjust,
I'm
and
adjusting
that's
a
fair.
little bit, like as far as like living here. Like kinda weird. Kinda weird. But you know,
Still kind of weird.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
That's on that.
I'm trying to like not get sick again. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, bro, you've been getting sick a lot lately. I'm a little worried.
I hate it. I hate it.
When is the
Uh,
next COD podcast? Well, it's manga. We're doing one next week about La Major. Ba, 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 ba.
yeah, we're doing one ahead of Major One, the Optic Major.
Optic Major. I'm starting to set aside money for to go to that freaking one in New York, dude. I'm serious. I'm going.
I wish I could do that.
You should come, dude.
I wish I could do that for sure.
You
I've
should
never
try
been
to.
to a LAN event.
I've never been to one either. So go to New York City. Trying to get like Sloth to go and a couple other people to go. Like quite a few people are going to it.
Go with the wrists,
Yeah.
have a good time.
Yeah.
I know what's been in the pipeline about that. So
Shh, don't say anything.
no, I would. That's your job, not me. You're the one that leaks, not me.
Hopefully she's not watching right now. Actually, I think she's still sleeping. She took a melatonin gummy last night, so she's out. She's out. Oh, oh, oh. She hasn't texted me. So that means she's still sleeping. But dude, okay, so we'll talk about this in New York land. So apparently a lot of people that I know are going to it, so that'll be fun. So if you guys are going or planning on going, you can see us there. Hopefully things will be a little bit. I'll be back a little bit, but by that time, hopefully, uh, my plan, I'm trying to get back. You know what I'm saying? I miss streaming and everything, and it's just my life's a little full right now. And I need to unfull it a little bit. But you know what, man? Listen,
Full
Deception. I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I've been working my butt off, and I have enough to pay my bills this month, so I'm chilling.
it.
I
Let's
have enough to
go.
pay my bills this month, and almost next month too. So that car insurance won't be getting me.
Look at Tone being an adult.
Sucks majorly. It sucks. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. But I like it better than not being in high school. You know what I mean? Like I like this kind of life. I've been thinking about applying to college, and I think I'm going to just because the deadlines are like soon. So I'm just gonna apply, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna.
Risk applied for college.
She actually picked a college. Like
That's crazy.
going. Yeah, that's the one I applied to. Just like to see. I don't know if I'm gonna go or not yet. It's like a big decision. It's I don't
Riss
know.
is smart, so she
She's
automatically gets in.
yeah, she's really like, and that's what scares me is because like she's going to that school and she's really smart. I'm smart. Okay, no. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever explained this, but there's a difference between smart and intelligent. And I don't
Yeah,
have I ever explained that to you? I feel like I have.
I feel like you have, and I feel like me and Riss came to the conclusion that you don't have either of them.
Ouch! Damn. Ah.
No. I
No.
know you've explained that before.
Yeah. So I don't think I've explained it on the podcast though. So I have this way. So a lot of people like use smart and intelligent interchangeably, but I think there's two really different meanings to both words, and I think that that's something that people really need to understand.
Yep.
There's you can be smart, you can be intelligent, and you can be smart and intelligent. You can be one or the other or both. It's depends on who you are. Like there's smart where you know a lot of things. You just have a lot of knowledge, right? And then there's intelligent is where you're able to apply the knowledge you have to certain situations, and you can put things together. You can put two and two together very easily. Um, Intelligence is more common sense based, I think. Um, in my personal opinion, and smart is just knowledge. That's the basis of it.
The
You have a
best
lot of
way to go
knowledge.
about it is if you have a mix of both.
Yes, if you have a little, you need a little bit of both to be successful in life. You know what I mean? And by a little bit of both, I mean it's like 60-40, 80-20. If you have like 95-5, you're struggling a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah, that's most extremely smart people. They know a lot, they just don't know how to do a lot.
With what they know, and that's an issue. It's one of those things though. You have to learn how to apply your knowledge. You have to learn how to apply your smarts into a situation. That's the intelligent part of it. So yeah,
Yep.
that's my little spiel. A little spiel.
Yeah, I've been working on when it comes to ranked play, I've been working on lowering that gap in the percentage of smart versus intelligent because I feel like I'm smart, like I know things about the game and I know how to play the game, but applying it, I'm not quite there yet, and I'm trying to lower that gap. We're getting there.
Let's go.
We're getting there. There have been a couple people call me a hacker in some of the games, so
Oh, that's a compliment right there.
yeah, they called me a hacker, and then they teamed with me, and we won like 3 straight games, and then they were happy. So
That's usually how people are.
oh man, speaking
So,
of ranked play, I'm probably gonna play that after
yeah,
this.
I'm gonna clean my room. I'm gonna put some tunes on, and I'm gonna clean. And I said tunes, okay? Because Granny Tony is kind of going through my veins right now. But I'm gonna put some tunes on, and I'm gonna just like clean my
You know,
room.
start cleaning to like
Cause
60s music.
oh yeah, ain't no mountain. That's not '60s, but that's the first one that came to mind. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no
That's like
river
80s music,
low
maybe
enough.
70s music. Can't tell.
I don't know. But that's the kind of music I'll be listening to. The like feel good vibrations. It's that sweet sensation. That's what I'll be listening to.
Oh.
Hope you guys enjoy my singing. We're here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST.
Oh man.
I don't know if that made more people want to listen to podcasts or drove people away. Oh man. This is what happens when I don't sleep. Is I get like this. You
Hey, at
know,
least all of my viewer bots are in here.
hey, let's
They
go.
enjoyed that.
Let's go. Viewer bots for the win. Alright. Exception. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Um, I mean, I just I just want to actually be able to consistently stream again and not be sick every week, every couple weekends.
Yeah. So I think one thing. This is our take home from this. So it's a Come Together podcast, right? And we haven't really talked about a lot about the Come Together aspects in the recent. But Deception and I, we're gonna get back in our grind here. You know, hopefully he, gets healthy. Drink some vitamin C. You know, I heard that helps. And we're gonna get back on our grind, and we're gonna apply all these Climb Together aspects for you that we've been talking about on the podcast, so that you guys can see it firsthand and believe us, and we can help you out a little bit more. Um, we'll try. I think we should try to do like at least like a 15-minute Climb Together section of every podcast. I think going forward, if you're okay with that deception, I probably should have like cleared that with you first person in live.
We gotta figure out what to talk about.
We will. I mean, listen,
I feel
man.
like we'll do
I
like
am a
3 or 4 of those,
river.
and we'll be like, "What now?"
I am a river of knowledge when it comes to streaming and YouTube. I just don't apply it
Gotta
because
apply it though.
I haven't applied it because I have to clean my room. Okay, I have to clean my room still, and I also have to go use the bathroom. That's my point. I'm starting to use the bathroom before stream, so I don't have to use it during the podcast like I usually do. I feel like I'm getting better. Improvement.
Improvement, just like me and ranked play improvement.
Oh yeah. But anyway, that'll be it for today's episode. We appreciate you guys tuning in. There will be a little bit more exciting stuff next week talking about the major, and maybe we'll do our Climb Together section for a good 15-20 minutes every episode, just to kind of tie in with the Climb Together and the whole purpose of the podcast, saying and everything. Yeah, if you guys have any questions for next time, make sure you leave them in the comments or like when our go live tweets on Twitter when we go live, or just save them and come watch us live and ask them there, whichever you do so desire, or you can DM it to us and maybe we'll remember, write it down somewhere.
Yeah, that also helps.
Yeah, you can DM it to us too. Our DMs are open. We're still relatively small. I think I will always have my DMs open. I like, talking to people. You did ask questions. I know you did, Tamaga, but we already answered the what games we're looking forward to this year question a couple episodes ago, I feel. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we already answered that question in previous podcast episodes. Mine is a Lego Star Wars game. So, it's got all the Star Wars episodes in it.
I will say that I kind of did the opposite of the question section. I asked a question to Rambo when he was doing a Q&A this morning.
Ooh.
Because I asked him thoughts on the next COD being the main COD for the next 2 years, and he was like it's a little bit scary, but from what I've heard about the game, it sounds good, so I think we'll be fine. And I think that's like what everybody's like thinking about it. Like the prospect of having like a bad COD for 2 years is not great, but the prospect of having a good COD for 2 years and not having to sacrifice it after 1 year is very good.
Yeah. So as long as they put the effort in and better game,
I think they're doing that
be
right
good.
now.
We'll be good.
I
I like
think
it.
I think especially lately they've been working a lot harder
Well, I feel like
to
since they're
make
this
good games.
far, if they're this far into development, you know what I mean, this early on, um, like that's a good sign because that means they can get the base game out. They can get the base game done faster, and they can start working out the bugs and
Yeah,
make
and then
better
look at what could
maps.
happen with Treyarch. They're giving Treyarch an extra year, so they have a whole extra year
to
Like,
make a new COD.
there's so many times that we've said, like, why imagine if, imagine if BO4 would have had an extra year. Imagine if Cold War would have had an extra year of development. And now this next game that Treyarch is gonna be making will have an extra year of development. So
Yeah.
now I think we get to see the Treyarch's true potential again for the first time since Black Ops 3.
So, thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. We appreciate you guys. We will catch you next week here on twitch.tv/Deception the Rapper, twitch.tv/Tone_Scorp, 12 p.m. EST every Wednesday. It's podcast day. That's how we do it here. We appreciate you guys tuning in, everything, all that. Comment, questions, answers, so we can give you answers next time. If you give us questions early on and they're more like research based, we have time to do the research and we can give you a better answer next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.